welcome to my second attempt to record the first iteration of the first version of my FPS level design. I apologize, the audio still might be rather quiet, but I was able to fix the camera and raise the audio somewhat. So, let's begin. So, I start out with the hero, here my main character, at the beginning of the map with an obvious trail that leads into where he currently is. As you can see down here, the mini map, which I'll probably look to get rid of because it does show where, all the progress is, kind of ahead of time. And yeah, so you start out with the ability to edit your hero and start him out on his way. So, the first point you get to is this kind of relatively peaceful looking village. I'll get to these guys in a second. It just has sheep and encampments all around it, so it's just not anything particularly threatening to it, just to get a sense of this is a little bit of a starting area. Coming up to the shops here, you have a mercenary camp where I can buy things just things to help, or units to help me on my quest. But of course, right now I also have a limit on food, and that's partially due to something I need to get rid of, the fact that it automatically starts the building there, but also because, just to start with, and for testing level difficulty, I just gave myself all these units right here to start off with. So later I'll work into balancing the amount of money you start out with, the amount of food that you can get, and the ability of how difficult it is to get with those amount of units through the gauntlet there. You also start with the shop here, so you have stuff like the vitality object here, which I'm actually going to get, and maybe I will wait and get the circlet of nobility when I get more money. So as I start out here, first of all, I come up to this fountain of health here, which you can return to throughout the game, because playing other gauntlet style, get to the end style games in Warcraft, my experience has been that when things get hard, I was encouraged to just wait around for all the units to recover health slowly over time, which is tedious, but because it's a way to win the game, people will do it. And I've decided to just kind of, forego that whole process and just give them a way of healing up each time, so you don't have to, so you won't be, tempted to just play the game in the most tedious way in order to win. So, up here you see there's two paths here. The way you can tell, right off the back which way is the proper way to go, is this path has the stone brick lining that you can see all the way back from the beginning of this mission here. So it kind of gives an implicit promise that this is more of an optional thing, and while the map is here, you can also just tell that the path does not lead anywhere from there. Ends up at just this blank space there. So, anyway, it's clear that this is an optional path, and this is, kind of the starting area, so from there we can get going. And I do need to make creatures along the way not sleep, or just set the day to be a constant day. So that's the feature thing. So as you can see, easy starting characters just to, start you off with not like a super hard task. But now here I will run back here quickly and get this. Oh, I am actually one gold too short. That's kind of hilarious, actually. So I'm just gonna fight these little guys here to the side. And as you can see, this is another divergent path. This one is set up to go kind of out the mountainside here and give a little outlook to this final big area here. And you'll notice it's lit up. I was testing I did put like a weak ranged unit here, and I was able to fire on the big group of characters down there. So the idea being behind that is, if you take the time to fight your way up this optional side path, you can then try and pick off some of the final horde of enemies over here, and just lighten your load later on. And yes, they are able to pick them off from there. Though I do need to change where the ranged units down here sit so that they aren't close enough to kill you from there, because that's supposed to be kind of a bit of a freebie once you get there. So now that this guy has that, we can continue on. So instantly we were attacked by a Murloc. And that's, on around there to give a little bit of hint. Now, as my character, or my hero levels up, I'm going to choose to give him Holy Light. And that's just to help protect the units as we go along the game. Finish up there. Another third path. This one comes to a bit of a city here, and infested with bandits, but with a high amount of gold reward. And here's the final battle area. Now, I've found in the past that if you have a lot of ranged units, at least, so you can usually target one specific guy. And I want to actually back out right now because I can't heal my own hero with his own ability. Stop that. So I can use him to heal everyone else, but they all aggro on him, and so yeah, I might consider adding a unit to the game that has taunt to avoid that in the future. But yeah, otherwise, just get near max maybe, and then continue on. Take a few seconds. Alright, we're in business. And I did include priests in the thing, so you could conceivably, if you so choose, rather than return all the way to that fountain, use that. Yeah, there's more units here, although they've chosen to not attack yet. Oh, never mind. Let's try and pick off the Enforcer. anything explicitly stating the hero has to win, but uh, yeah, that is probably highly anticipated. And actually, I had in earlier testings, I didn't easily beat them. So I just removed a few characters, so that goes to show you how easily the tide of the combat can change depending on just a few less units. So I'm tempted to have, by the way, these side quests are all optional, but I'm tempted to kind of design it in a way that you kind of have to go down at least a couple of them to help shift you towards actually being able to beat that last guy there. Just so that it's like a kind of balance between, like, you have options, but you don't have to do anything in particular. For the sake of finishing this game, I will just cheat my... Oh. I just misspelled that. Yeah, okay. There we go. So yes, for the sake of completing the demonstration, I'm just going to cheat my way through the end here. Let's just beat it. Let's get them. Because the point being, we defeat them, we move on. And we get to the shore here. See, so no. And we reach the boat and the circle of power. There we go. And we sail off, and the circle of power will, like, actually trigger the end of the game, but I haven't actually put that in yet. So, yeah. That is the game as it stands. I might add in the future a little more, like, moving here. I might move the final big boss area a little over here, take more advantage of this edge of the mountain, and just add in a little bit more combat before the final escape, but otherwise I'm fairly happy with the actual terrain setup, so yes, that's about it. Now I just have to balance the units so that, like, it's been fairly challenging to get through, but it's, doable. Yeah, so that's about it. Thanks for watching.